Greetings and welcome to Unity of Mesa Online, and welcome to this new year of 2021. I'm Reverend Kathryn Kellogg, and I'm joined today with Candee Lewis as our meditation leader and Dennis Hubert as our musician as we celebrate the White Stone Ceremony, a process of taking on a new name, new guidance from Spirit to help us more fully live from our divine nature. Our affirmation today is living from my divine nature, I begin again. Let's say that together. Living from my divine nature, I begin again. I'd like to open with prayer today with a poem by Russell Camp. He wrote it in 1947, but it's so apropos for today. And I ask that as we enter into the prayer that we hold the words for ourselves and for our families and our friends, for those names on our prayer list and those that aren't. We want to hold it for the truth for all people across the world. And so opening our hearts to pray and gently closing our eyes, I affirm, wonderful, wonderful, fortunate you. This is the year that your dreams come true. This is the year that your ships come in. This is the year you find Christ within. This is the year you are glad to live. This is the year you have much to give. This is the year when you know the truth. This is the year when you find new youth. This is the year that brings happiness. This is the year you will live to bless. Wonderful, wonderful, fortunate you. This is the year that your dreams come true. And so it is. Amen. And now for our opening song.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
Thank you, Dennis. And now some things for you to know. You can find all of our announcements and more on our Things for You to Know button on our website, unityofmesa.org. Information on our virtual fellowship, special events, upcoming classes, prayer support, and more are all there. If you grabbed one of our holiday celebration bags, you will have within it a white stone. If you didn't grab a bag, you will need a small piece of paper that will fit into your pocket that you can attach to your mirror or put by a light switch. Either way, if you will gather those now, along with a pencil or a fine-tipped marker, you will be prepared then for our time in the lesson to use those for the ceremony. Our White Allies group. Well, last September, a group of our white congregants began a journey to take the first steps to dismantling racism in our community and our country through education and discussion in our Aspiring White Allies program. This February, you are invited to join us for a second session of Dismantling Racism. In February also is our SEE in the Field 2021. SEE standing for Spiritual Education and Enrichment. It's a week-long program that we go deeper into truth principles and Unity teachings. Visit the Things to Know page to learn more about the White Allies and SEE in the field, and you can register there also. And now it is the first Sunday in January. And so all the January babies, you can stand up and twirl around as we sing to you our birthday song. Dennis?
Join me in singing the birthday song. Happy birthday to you, there's no one like you, uniquely created. I love knowing you. I bless you with life and abundance galore. God bless you, my loved one, and have many more.
Happy birthday, January babies. As we begin this new year, we continue to express our gratitude for all the ways that you show up in the world during this time. With your prayers, your affirmations, letting your light shine, and giving from your abundance. You know, here at Unity of Mesa, winter donations have been essential in helping balancing the lighter donations during the summer months, especially during this year of the pandemic. So we bless you for all your generosity of time, talent, and treasure to help support this vibrant spiritual community. Together we can enlighten, empower, and energize one another to uplift our world through a greater expression of God. Click the online button on our website for ways to give. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can just click the link in the description. Now, if you'll take your gift of love in your hands, figuratively and literally, let's say together our offering blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, Spirit of Abundance. Now for our meditation with Candee, followed by music with Dennis.
Good morning, everyone. As we move into this special service of White Stone Ceremony, I know that we are all thinking about opening ourselves up to the new year. And as we meditate for the word or words for our stone, we remember that all words have the power to create. And we can affirm that living from my divine nature, I begin again. So get comfortable in your seat, clear your lap and rest your hands on your lap or beside you. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes, take a few deep breaths in and out, in and out, in and out. And slowly let a beautiful white light filled with the power and joy and hope coming from the new year to slowly pour down over your head and down your neck and your shoulders, down your arms, your hands, your fingers, down your neck and your chest and your stomach, down your legs and over your knees, all the way down to your feet, grounding you into the beautiful earth, feeling the energy flowing from up above and grounding you from below, from the earth. And affirm, living from my divine nature, I begin again. Whether a new year or a new day, I'm free to make a fresh start. Every moment offers a new beginning and a chance to rediscover who I really am. As I stand at the threshold of a new year, I remember God, Source, is within, and make a commitment to live from my spiritual nature. Seeking to live more fully as a divine being, I grow more mindful of my thoughts and actions. When I notice they're not in alignment with love, I try not to dwell on them or judge myself. Instead, I return to spirit. Like pushing a reset button, I center my mind and heart in the truth of my oneness with God and begin again. I connect with the loving presence within me, and I express more and more of my divine self. And as we move into silent meditation, remember that living from my divine nature, I begin again. Slowly return to your body, stretching your fingers and your toes, maybe rubbing your hands together, moving your legs, your arms, your shoulders. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings. And with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, live your dreams, you will do amazing things. amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. Just close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing,
So happy New Year's. And isn't it amazing that 2021 is starting out much like 2020 ended? We're still physically distanced. We're still masked. We're still living sort of in our bubbles. But we can see that light at the end of the tunnel, that hope, that faith that 2021 will end differently than 2020. One thing that hasn't changed for me is the amount of TV I watch. Not being able to get out and socialize, I've turned to TV for entertainment and educational opportunities and inspiration. I'm seeing series that I never had time to watch before. And one of those series is called Dash and Lily. It's on Netflix. There's only 7 episodes, and it's really a Generation Z format of finding that right person for yourself. And it's a fascinating series because there's this red journal that they communicate with each other, Dash and Lily, because they don't ever meet in person till like the 6th episode. But in this red journal that they share back and forth, they challenge each other to find their authentic voice, to challenge to be living to their fullest potential, to stretch themselves, and in that finding out more about who they are and who they want to be with. Well, in one episode, Lily writes in the journal the word abracadabra and references that it came from the Aramaic word, Aramaic being the language that Jesus spoke, abracadabra, which means I create with the word. Well, that so intrigued me that I went immediately to the dictionary and looked up abracadabra. And of course, it's used in magic to create illusions. But in 1200s, it was believed to have hidden healing powers. And even though the origin is unknown, the conjecture is that it could be based on the Aramaic word abracadabra, which means I create with a word, or I create as I speak. And that's so powerful because isn't that what we teach? That our words have the power to manifest a life into being, that we create our life with our words, our thoughts, and then our words, and then our actions follow. What we know to be true is that when we create with our words, it's not magic, but it's a universal principle of creation. In the first chapter of Genesis, it talks about the creation story and how God spoke it into being. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be day, let there be night. Let there be firmament and the waters and the creatures and the land and all that stuff. He spoke it into creation. And that tells us that we have the power to create with our words, to bring a life into manifestation by using the words that we use. And so the question is, what kind of a life are we creating? Is it a life of limitation, bondage to old habits, thought patterns and values that no longer express the truth within ourselves? Do we use words that limit our experience of the world and of others, that limit our relationships? Do we keep our voices shackled and swallow our words instead of allowing them out to create from our divine nature? So we can use our words to limit or to set free to expand and elevate our consciousness, to actually live a life of deep faith and trust in the greater good, to live a life based on unconditional love, or that uses discernment rather than being judgmental. Our words have power, don't they? To condemn or to lift up, to destroy or to build, to fetter or to free ourselves. And when we choose to live from our divine nature, we choose to use our creative power wisely. Well, this is the first Sunday of the new year, and New Thought churches all around the world celebrate the white stone on this Sunday because it follows the ceremony of the burning bowl. And last week we did the burning bowl where we release that which no longer serves us and opens us up to get in touch with our divine identity, uncovering a guiding word or a name to help us live more into who we truly are as we journey into 2021 to help create our new experience. And so that's why we do the white stone ceremony. It's based on a verse from the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 17. And it says, let anyone who has an ear listen to what Spirit is saying to the churches. To everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give a white stone. And on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. So at this time, will you get out your white stone or that piece of paper? You know, the white stone is an ancient ritual from biblical times. People were given white stones to represent that they were a Roman citizen. And that's no small thing, because as a Roman citizen, they had the full force and power of Rome behind them. But if they were ever in prison, the white stone was removed from them. And then when they were released, the stone was restored to symbolize their freedom and to prove that he indeed had been released and had paid their debt. As long as they had their white stone, they were assured of their freedom from bondage and free from any restriction. So with our white stone today, the question is, what would you like to be set free from? What did you add to the burning bowl to be released from? And so then what prepares you for that journey? What journey will you take this year to reclaim your power and your life force that restores to you living from your divine nature, living according to your divine potential? In the verse it says that a new name will be written on it. You know, in the Bible and in today's world, people, when they experience change within themselves, they tend to change their name. They pick a new nickname or they change the nickname. They drop their first name and use their middle name. Some even go to court to change it completely because your name helps create your experience. I create with the word. So how will we know our new name? What is ours to claim? Well, the Bible verse says, let anyone who has an ear listen to what Spirit is saying. Listen to what Spirit is saying, not listen to the outer things, but listen to the inner voice of Spirit, that still small voice, that higher vibration of Spirit, that higher consciousness, which is always there waiting for us to turn within and listen. The verse says, to anyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna. To everyone, this is available to any and all who can conquer. What are you conquering? You're overcoming your own inner struggle, that struggle between staying safe in what you know and being willing to break through the chains into a new experience, into a new expression of the truth of who you are. To overcome and then surrender to Spirit, that you might accept that hidden manna, that spiritual food available to us anytime we turn within, that invisible source of energy and nourishment. To everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and on the white stone will be written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. On your stone of freedom, that new name, it means a new direction. And no one can know or name what your spiritual direction will take. No one knows what Spirit is calling you to be or what shift will need to take place. That's for you and you alone. And it's good to know that the name that you'll be given won't be Steve, Bob, or Martha. Not a given name, but a spiritual direction or word of consciousness. It will symbolize your spiritual work for this year. So, the process is that if you're willing to listen, Spirit will whisper it in your inner ear. And during the process, if the word comes to you, you can go ahead and write it on the white stone and meditate on it. And if it doesn't come to you, don't worry. It will be available to you, maybe later on today or tomorrow or next week. But just keep your heart and your mind open to it, and it will come. So to begin the process, we're going to move into a time of prayer and meditation. I invite you now to take that white stone or that piece of paper and hold it in your hands. And hold it there as we go into meditation. Did you know that these white stones come from the Holy Land? So they're ready to receive your divine inspiration and guidance. So we'll prepare for a time of reflection and prayer to listen to Spirit, for God is calling us up higher. We're going to listen for that new name, that new spiritual identity. And it could be all sorts of words. It could be a name or a word like allow, trust, compassion, love, faith. You want to be open to whatever word Spirit brings to you. And don't argue with Spirit. If a word comes and you don't like it, open your mind and heart and ask Spirit why this is your word. Because your ego may be fighting it or your spirit craves it. And your word doesn't have to be one word. It can be 2 or 3. It can be a noun or a verb or an adjective. Just allow Spirit to inform and inspire you. And then we'll write our new name on our stone. So let's prepare for meditation. Wherever you are, get comfortable. Close your eyes and breathe. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. You are totally relaxed and resting. I invite you to give your ego a few minutes off and let that divine holy self in you come through, consciously inviting the activity of God, Spirit, higher vibration into your heart and mind for the next few minutes. Give yourself permission to know that you have a new quality, a new name. And you can now close the gap between what you know to be the truth and what you expect to manifest in your life. Have the expectation that your dreams will be made manifest. Expect that manifestation. You are worth it. Be open to receive all Spirit offers you during this sacred communion. I invite you to allow my words to be the words of your own heart. I let go and I let God. I now free myself to live more fully. I release the limitations of the past, those old beliefs I thought were law. And I now surrender to the universal law of love and grace. Always love and grace. Now I surrender limiting images of who I am and know myself to be a glorious expression of the divine, here to make a difference. I imagine myself now leaving the prison, a prison of limitation, perhaps of my own creation, leaving behind the shackles of negative thinking. The door before me opens and I walk through to freedom. Freedom. I am free. I am handed a white stone and it reminds me that I am free and I have a new identity. I am a free person. I allow myself to open to a life of unlimited possibilities. I allow my truest, highest, most glorious self to emerge. I reflect and I meditate on a new name, a new word that I will claim this year, that will inspire me, that will call forth the highest and best for me. And so I listen. I listen knowing that the word is already written on my heart, trusting and knowing that in the perfect time it will come. I listen now in the silence. And we breathe. As that name becomes clear, just allow yourself to write it on your white stone. If a name has come to you, stay quiet and allow yourself to ask for a deeper understanding, to ask if there are any steps to take. In this moment, allow yourself to simply open to Spirit, to say, God in me reveals my true essence. God in me reveals my next step. God as me lives a joyous, peaceful, fulfilling life. And if you don't have your word now, don't worry, for it will come. It is calling you. You will hear it in the perfect moment, in the right time. As you hold your white stone, know that it is a very personal word or name that you have written on your stone. It is sacred and holy and has come from the wisdom of your own heart. It is calling you to be the one. And so it is. Amen. I create with the word. From your word, you can create a new year. It isn't magic. It is divine creation springing forth from the power of your word. Work with it this year. Be open to where it might lead you. Be willing to live more fully from your divine potential. And may this new year and your new name set you free, personally, emotionally, and physically. Happy New Year. Blessings.
Another day is gone. Another week is lost to passing time. Another month is done. Another year left only in our minds. Surrender to the flow. Another sacred step toward journey's end. We can't get time to slow. There's nothing we can do but call it friend. And there's a new dawn, we get a new name, a white stone. We get to speak the word and make the choice, create our world anew. Rejoice in all we do. So grateful we can say we have today. The moment didn't last. We watched as all the feelings flew away. The minutes quickly passed. We hoped that this time one or two would stay. We couldn't do it all. We only saw a dream or two come true. But we're still standing tall. We know we did the best that we can do. And there's a new dawn, we get a new name, a white stone. We get to speak the word and make a choice, create our world anew. Rejoice in all we do. So grateful we can say we have today. We've all got our regrets, things we said and things we didn't say. But whatever we did or didn't get to do, that was yesterday. to speak the word and make a choice, create our world anew. Rejoice in all we do, so grateful we can say we have today.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Candee, and thank all of you for joining us and being a part of this celebration. May this new year of 2021 bring you that new name, that new inspiration and guidance from Spirit, that you may live more fully from your divine nature. It is time to begin anew. So it is. Blessings.